Hello everyone, and I hope you're all doing well. Today I wanted to talk to you about why you're still attached to the narcissist, but more importantly, why it's important that you do break those cords of attachment. So the first thing you need to do is you need to become aware that there is an attachment. So instead of just continuing to think about them or to make it your reality, that there's still so much in your head and in your energy fields, you have to actually say, well, I'm still attached. And now the second question is, well, why am I still attached? So what am I benefiting from staying attached? Then, of course, we need to see, is this now a trauma bond? So usually if it's a trauma bond, then that means that there was manipulation in the relationship, so things weren't clear. So that will cause a trauma bond because you start to become confused, and then you start to engage in all of that back and forth behaviour, the gaslighting. You then start acting in ways that are not your best self. So and then another really important question is, well, why am I attached? So what makes me think that this person is going to bring me my happiness? Because if that's what you're identifying with as going to bring you your happiness, then you need to start to reassess your situation, because happiness has to start from inside. We have to start to feel safe and secure. More importantly, we have to put up boundaries. Now, when we think of sex, what is sex? Well, of course, we know what sex is, but what actually is occurring is that there are you're actually engaging spiritually, so spiritual energy exchange. Now that stays with you. So it's about needing to clear those cords and being extremely discerning with whom you decide to share yourself with in that regard. So yes, of course, it's a wonderful thing when there's love, and and that's great. But I'm talking about with the narcissist, in particular if there was triangulation, in particular if there was betrayal during the relationship, then you're going to be left with a bit of a mess. So it's important we begin to clear up our energy field. Now, I did have a person say to me, Marina, what do you mean by spiritual? So spiritual is what we refer to as our invisible realm. So that means that these cords of attachment are still there after we've disconnected with a person. So our emotional body is extremely strong, and that is what connects us to other people. So we have thought transference, we have emotional transference, and this can occur at great distances. So we know that our heart is our strongest frequency point. So that is what sends out vibration. So you've spent a lot of time with them, and attachment occurs more with relationships that are on and off when there is breadcrumbing. Because if there was no breadcrumbing at all and there was just nothing, then you wouldn't have stayed for so long. But because you kept waiting for when they would give you some attention, or when things would hopefully change, this is now what's still keeping you attached. So the most important thing is, if you want to step into a new version of you, if you want to start to create a new reality, you're going to need to start to do different things, because otherwise you will stay stuck on that old timeline, and you will continue to just keep repeating the same pattern stuck, and then you might go out and meet another person who is of similar vibration. So it's about changing our frequency so we vibe higher, and that's how then we start to attract different things into our force field. So there's a bit of work to do, but you can do it. But the most important thing is that, do you want to be here in 6 months' time, a year's time, 2 years' time? And so our spiritual self is that part of us that is limitless. We can just keep growing and growing, but we need to be in alignment. Our beliefs, our thoughts, our emotions. And trauma bonding is it's a strong force. So we need to start to cut And more importantly, you need to start to bring different things into your awareness. And so it's about not accepting things as they are. Now, I do hope that's helped and you take lots of care. Bye for now.